And now the very first episode of a new sketch-based comedy show from Paul and Tony called, we don't know what it's called just yet.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Paul and Tony Show.
Paul and Tony Show?
Well, yes, you're Paul and I'm Tony, so... Paul
get with it, Grandad. The kids don't want to hear from Paul and Tony. From now on, you're Tone and I'm Poz.
Your name's Poz?
Yes, Poz.
That sounds like a kid's cartoon character.
Yeah, but it's cool.
What, cool to be called Poz when your name's Paul?
Yes.
Okay, welcome everyone, and welcome to the Poz and Tone Show.
No, not that. No, it's going to be called An Adversarial Stance.
Pardon?
The show is called An Adversarial Stance.
And what exactly does that mean?
Well, it's cutting-edged and alternative. It's contemporary and current. It's revolutionary and subversive.
Don't say relevant.
It's relevant to modern kids of today.
But what does it mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you, using the medium of rap.
Paul, you're a white, middle-class, middle-aged man. You can't rap.
Oh, no? Well, check this out, bruv.
Oh, God.
Adversarial stance. Revolutionary and subversive. This is a brand new radio show with a revolutionary idea.
Revolutionary?
And we won't be governed or pushed around. We want to make our message clear. While the other shows try to make you laugh, they may even make you dance.
Do they?
With a brand new radio revolution with an adversarial stance. You better get up, stand up, get out of the way, cause we got no time for fools. We're an adversarial stance, I can tell you when we're breaking all the radio rules.
What rules?
We'd rather be right than politically correct, we're gonna drag you from the comedy trance. We're bringing you a radical radio revolution with an adversarial stance.
Yeah, says
So
Poz.
move over, son, fun has begun, push until we watch them fall. Whatever you got, we're against it and we equally hate them all. We've heard enough of your tired shows and we want to pull them all right down. And all you folks in Radio Land, get ready for a brand new sound. I heard the children say, comedy's boring nowadays. And they're so obsessed with dance that they never take a chance. What they should do is try something new with an adversarial stance. Get up, stand up, get out of the way, cause we got no time for fools. We're an adversarial stance, let me tell you when we're breaking all the radio rules. We'd rather be wrecked than politically correct, we're gonna drag you in a comedy trance. We're bringing you a radical radio revolution with an adversarial stance. You take a boom, 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 yeah, boom.
When you're doing that beatbox thing,
Yeah.
well, I'm getting covered in a fine spray of gob here.
But it's cool. Chicka, 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 chick.
So I was right then. You can't rap.
Okay. So what's your suggestion?
My suggestion is we stop arguing about the title and get on with the first sketch.
Dad, can I have a word?
Sure, son. Sit down. What's the problem?
Well, I've got something to tell you. Only it's a bit awkward.
You know you can always talk to me, son. Come on. What is it?
You won't like it.
You let me worry about that. It can't be that bad.
Well, since I was a teenager, I knew that I felt a bit different from the other boys.
Go on.
Well, I didn't like the same sort of things they liked. You know, they'd be going on about football and girls and stuff. And I just liked, well, dressing up.
Well, we did notice you dress a bit differently to the other kids, but that's nothing to worry about.
But have you thought about why I like dressing up and why I dress that way?
It's just a phase.
No, Dad, it's more serious than that. Look, I just need to say it. I like country and western music. Don't hate me, Dad. Please don't hate me.
I don't hate you, son. Look, I understand. You're just a young kid. You're curious, and you probably heard a few songs, and you wanted to experiment. And,
But I'm in a band, Dad, a band.
Oh, God. Is it serious?
Yes, it is. We've been together 6 months.
And do you... Please tell me you don't...
You can't bring yourself to say it, can you? Yes, Dad, we all wear Stetsons and boots, and we enjoy it.
God, do you have to be so graphic? Oh, Look, we'll sort this out. There are people you can see.
What people? What, you honestly think this is curable, do you? Well, look, I was born this way. I'm part of the country and Western community, and you'll just have to accept that.
But why didn't you say anything before?
Because I knew you'd react like this. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I'm sorry, son. I am sorry. Look, you just have to understand. I grew up in different times. You know, back then we knew that there were country and Western fans, but it was all done in secret. You know, I can't get used to the way they're so open about it these days. Oh God, does your mother know?
Well, I think she suspects. She found a used bandana under my bed a few weeks ago.
Great, so everyone knows except me, Muggins here. I bet even the lads down the darts team have been laughing about me behind my back, haven't they? Hey, heard about Ernie? His son's a country and Western fan.
Oh, don't.
I'll never be able to show my face again.
Dad, you're blowing it out of all proportion.
Oh, that's easy for you to say. Go on, go back to your cowboy mates. You're no son of mine. Oh, God, no. That would be too much to bear. Please tell me you don't...
What?
Do line dancing.
Dad! I listen to country and Western music. I'm not a bloody pervert. I am what I am. And I like country music. I listen to Dolly and Johnny and Ted. I'm so pleased I've finally got an invite to one of Horace's dinner parties. They're very exclusive. Only the in-crowd get invited.
Hello, come in.
Hello.
Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. Now look, here's a glass of Bruntelstone's English wine. Now let me introduce you to the gang.
Oh, I always get people's names wrong. It's really embarrassing. I'm just terrible with names.
I really can't stand it when people get your name wrong, but don't worry about that now. Just relax. Come in and meet everyone. This is a very good friend of mine. Paul, allow me to introduce you to Morris.
Hi, Morris.
And this is his lovely wife, Doris.
So you're Doris and Morris.
Sorry to interrupt you, but let me drag you away. You must meet Wallace. Hi, Wallace. Yeah, Paul, this is Wallace.
OK, Wallace with Doris and Morris.
And you must allow me to introduce you to my colleagues from work, Norris and his partner, Loris. Hey, guys, this is Paul.
I mean, Norris and Loris with Wallace, Doris and Morris, and you're all friends of Horace. Phew!
And of course, Paul, you really must let me introduce you to my boss. He's Russian, you know.
Oh, you've got a Russian boss, Horace. What's his name? Let me guess. Boris?
I beg your pardon?
Boris, your Russian boss.
I consider that pretty damn rude, presuming his name is Boris just because he's Russian.
Well, I'm sorry, it's just that I'm...
Racist?
No, I'm bad with names. I mean, Horace, Morris, Norris, Loris, Wallace, Doris. He must be called Boris. What is his name, then?
Well, as it happens, it is Boris.
And is he in the mafia? Ah, great, this is my favourite part of the show, when we get to read out an extract from the poetry of Shelley.
Sorry, mate, that's off.
Eh? Why?
Just ain't got the budget.
So what are we going to do instead?
Instead of the previously planned extract from the poetry of Shelley, the sound of the table being hit with a hammer. Thank you.
Now then, boys, what did I tell you half an hour ago?
Oh, Nanny, we want to finish our game.
Now then, I warned you, didn't I? If you didn't clear away those toy soldiers, they'd be going up Nanny's Hoover.
Oh, no, Nanny, no.
What a mess you've made, all these toy soldiers all over the floor.
Oh.
Right, up they go, up Nanny's Hoover. No more fussing, up they go, up Nanny's Hoover.
Yeah, look at my wicked new iPhone, bruv.
Yeah, well safe, but not as sick as my new Samsung Android, innit?
And I've got a gold iPod Nano that's well blinked. Check it out, fam.
What's going on in here?
Oh, hey, chill, Nanny, man. We got bare time to pack away. Who do you think you are, the feds?
What a mess you've made. All these gadgets all over the place.
Allow it.
Up they go. Up Nanny's Hoover. No more fussing. Up they go. Up Nanny's Hoover.
We still need to decide what the show's called.
Yeah, but if we're not cutting edge and alternative, then what?
Well, we need to be like those good old-fashioned wholesome entertainers.
Like whom?
How about Fred Dinage? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's the Fred Dinage Appreciation Society. And here's Paul and Tony.
OK, fair enough. Fred Dinage it is.
Airport Matters. And joining me now is Dermot Stavros, Chief Executive of the budget airline CrazyJet. Dermot, hello.
Good evening.
Now, it has to be said your airline has quite a radically different approach to other airlines.
That's right. We're no frills, no extras. We just concentrate on getting the customer to the destination on time.
Well, maybe so, but there have been some criticisms about
What?
the services that you offer. I mean, say, for example, I want to fly from London to Amsterdam.
No problem. That's one of our most popular routes.
Yeah, but to start with, I have to go via Stansted.
Yes, London Stansted. Very up-and-coming new airport. We predict that soon more Londoners will be flying via London Stansted than via London Heathrow.
OK, so I have to fly out via London Stansted. But what airport do I arrive at?
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam Schiphol.
Well, not Schiphol, no. Amsterdam has other airports, you know, a little further out maybe, but up-and-coming.
Oh, Hilversum?
No.
Den Haag?
No.
Well, where then?
Amsterdam Stansted.
Stansted?
Amsterdam Stansted. Very up-and-coming, very boutique. We predict that soon more Amsterdammers will be flying via Amsterdam Stansted than via Amsterdam Schiphol.
OK, forget Amsterdam. Let's say I want to go to Paris instead.
Ah, yes, CrazyJet flight C1113 twice daily direct to Paris.
Charles de Gaulle?
No.
Orly then?
Stansted.
Stansted?
Paris Stansted. Very up-and-coming, very chic. And we predict that soon...
Stansted's not even in France.
Hey, we're all part of the EU now. You can't dictate that only France can have Paris Airport. That's racist.
Well, let's look at some of your other destinations. Rome?
Rome, Stansted.
Frankfurt?
Frankfurt, Stansted.
Prague?
Prague International Airport.
Oh, really?
Well, until the end of the month. After that, Prague, Stansted.
So what you're telling us then is that all of your so-called international flights depart and arrive at Stansted.
We've got the best punctuality record of any airline.
I don't doubt that for a second, since your aircraft never actually go anywhere.
Yes, but we give the customers what they want. A reliable service, no overheads, no paying extra for crappy tea and coffee.
No aircraft.
Our operations are entirely carbon neutral.
Well, hardly surprising that, is it?
Well, it shows that we have put the planet before profit.
Look, so tell me, Dermot, where do you go on holiday?
Me? Clacton.
Clacton?
Yes, I'm shit scared of flying. And now, ladies and gentlemen, instead of the widely anticipated reading from the introductory chapter, The Significant Philosophical Questions, we bring you instead Tony hitting the chair with a ruler.
Thank you. You got the stuff?
Yep, the finest Peruvian flake. The best cocaine this side of Colombia. You got the money?
Whoa, not till I've tested the quality.
What?
Well, nothing personal, just business.
All right, as you like it.
What's going on in here?
Who let her in?
What a mess you
What
made!
the hell?
All this white powder all over the place.
Leave it.
Right, up it goes.
That's
up
50
Nanny's
grams
couloir.
worth.
No more fussing. Up it goes. Up Nanny's couloir.
Oh my God, it's terrible. He's just been hit by that bus. It's terrible. He's dying.
Now make way, I'm a priest. Now, this man is very close to death and he must have the last rites.
Oh, that's slightly embarrassing, Father. I'm an atheist.
Oh, gosh, you're right, that is embarrassing. I almost sent you off to your eternal reward in heaven by mistake, and that would never do. I suppose you'll be wanting Richard Dawkins then.
He must be a very busy man. If you could.
That's okay, we have an arrangement. Dickie, it's Father O'Brien here. I've got one for you.
Now, really, it's rather awkward at the moment. I'm at a dinner party.
Now, come on now, Dickie, you owe me one. I did that couple that got knocked off their tandem on Shooter's Hill for you last week, and they weren't even Catholics.
They were Scientologists.
Still, it interrupted my tea with the Archbishop, though. Now, come on, Dickie.
Okay. Are you sure he's an atheist?
Well, he says he is.
It's easy enough to say he is.
Now, come on, Dickie.
Okay. Ask him, who came first? Homo erectus or Homo habilis?
He says Homo erectus.
Sorry, but he's not one of mine.
He says, can he have another go?
Look, if he were a true atheist, he would know the evolutionary ascent of man.
For God's sake, Dawkins, I'm dying.
What did he just say?
Nothing.
He said for God's sake, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I heard it. And you're trying to pull a fast one again, O'Brien.
Oh, bollocks.
I thought so. Better luck next time, old chum.
Right, my son. Looks as though you're on your way to heaven, whether you like it or not.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, thirsty work, this. Mind, I always look forward to my pint of Gruntleston's Old Throatacular afterwards. It's the flavour, you see. It's a real ale made with only the finest spring water. Yorkshire spring water, mind. From natural springs high on Yorkshire dales. But it takes more than that to make a pint of Gruntleston's Old Throatacular. It's the hops, you see. They only takes the best quality English hops. Not like those other dodgy beers who get their hops from any old where, full of yeast infections and pus and greenfly, like nature's hemorrhoids, like has not been stuck up farmer's rear end or else lying on the floor going musty for days on end, covered in excrement, dogs doing the business all over 'em. Imagine making a drink out of that shite. Disgusting! Dried up, overripe, musty old excrement-covered clag nuts. And they put barley in it as well. Musty hemorrhoids, pus, turds, and breakfast cereal. That's what real ale is. Who wants to drink that? I bloody hate the stuff.
Walking the mean streets of Bracknell, he's a no-nonsense copper who plays by his own rules. If you've done something that's your own stupid fault and need someone else to blame, and if you can find him, Kevin Watley is Detective Chief Inspector Sod in Sod's Law.
Oh, bugger. I've gone and burnt the bloody toast. That was the last of the bread, and now the whole bloody house stinks. What shall I do now?
You should call that Inspector Sod off the telly. Why, aye, bonny lad. This case is remarkably simple.
Really?
All you have to do is find the person who used the toaster last and blame them for leaving it on too high a setting.
Inspector Sod, you've solved it.
I know.
You're a genius.
I know.
Sod's Law, coming to a screen near you.
I know.
Up next, instead of a short extract from the biography of Napoleon, we have Paul slapping his thigh with a fish.
Thank you.
Is it true, Dr. Fleming?
Yes, at last, after 20 years, the breakthrough I've been waiting for has finally arrived.
So in these dishes you have perfected the cure for almost all disease?
Yes! Each of these myriad petri dishes, flasks and test tubes contains a cure beyond mankind's wildest hopes. Penicillin!
What's going on in here?
Good grief, woman, careful, that's my apparatus!
What a mess you've made! All these mouldy dishes all over the place. It's unhygienic. Right, up it goes. Up Nanny's Hoover. No more fussing. Up it goes. Up Nanny's Hoover.
Hey, you there, country person. I am Captain Marching of His Majesty's English Soldiers, and we need any horses that you have got.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but don't mind a sell. Young Jethro Juniors, and they're inseparable.
Never mind that. This country is at war with foreigners, and there's work to be done. Woodwork.
Sawhorse. The year was 1914, and all over England, people were being asked to make great sacrifices.
Every man must make his country proud.
It's time for you to go to France, Sawhorse. You're going to help our boys up the front. But I'll be seeing you again. I know I will. Don't you worry. I'll bring Sawhorse back in one piece. Come on now, Sawhorse. Bugger! Splinter!
Tested by battle.
The legs have gone a bit wobbly on this Sawhorse. Bugger! A splinter!
Touched by kindness.
There you go, Sawhorse. A nice piece of sandpaper. Oh, bugger! A splinter!
Abandoned in no man's land.
Achtung, was ist los? This is indeed a fine Sawhorse. I wonder how it got here. Bugger! Ein Splinter! Ah, wait, bonny lad Fritz, man. This here Sawhorse is in a bad way, like, all tangled up in barbed wire. Got any wire cutters? Nein, Dummkopf, but I have one of these.
Sawhorse.
Any similarities to the blockbuster film War Horse is purely coincidental. The people at the National Society for Adopted Children work tirelessly to reunite adopted children with their birth parents. Here, a typical case comes to a remarkable conclusion. The case of Mr. Terry Thorpe, who at 12 years old was told he was adopted. The recent death of his adopted parents prompted him to contact us, and we are pleased to have been able to locate his birth parents. They're with me now, and we are just awaiting Terry himself for the grand reunion. That must be him now. Mr. Terry Thorpe.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you also. But there's someone else here who is overjoyed to be meeting you.
Really?
May I introduce you to your birth mother, Mrs. Maybelline Vomity.
Son! Oh, diddums! Here, give your mum a kiss. Come over here, you little bleeder. Come on. Don't be shy. I'm your ma, for God's sake.
Mother?
Give us a little cuddle, you cute little snuggle bunny.
It's nice to meet you,
Come
but...
on, give us a kiss. Ain't he handsome? Oh, and so cuddly.
How does it feel meeting your birth mother after all these years? Is she what you expected?
Well, I wasn't expecting this.
Oh, come on, give us a kiss. Give me your tongue. Ooh.
Well, Terry, as exciting as this must be, get ready for another life-changing event. Let me introduce you to your real father, Mr. Vic Vomity.
My dad?
Shut it, you whiny little git.
Mr. Vomity, let me introduce you to your long-lost son, Terry.
Oh, don't give me all that. He's no son of mine. He's a little git. Don't think you're getting any money out of me either. You're a whiny little git, no son of mine.
But, Mr. Vomity, Terry is indeed your son. We have proof. And clearly, he's been waiting a very long time for this moment of reunion. How's it feel, Terry? Terry?
Who me? I thought you were Terry.
Me? Well, he's not my dad, is he?
Well, he's not my dad either.
Get him away from me. He's a git.
He's no son of mine. Look at his hair. Look how he's dressed. No son of mine goes out looking like that. You trying to make me ashamed?
But Mr. Vomity, we have the birth records.
Get out of it, you git.
Come on, son, give us a kiss. Oh, he's a looker, isn't he? He gets that from me, he does. Oh.
And take that, you freeloading git. No one in our family ever wasted his time moping around wanting to be loved.
Ow! Stop! Come on, son, give us another kiss. My darling long-lost son. Isn't he sweet? But stop!
Here's another one to make up for all those years when you weren't punished properly.
Stop! And here's another lovely kiss to make up for all those years when no one comforted you properly.
And here's another.
And here's another.
And here's another.
And here's another. Stop, I'm not Terry. And
Who the hell are you?
I only came in to read the gas meter.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, instead of reading from the popular Victorian novel Three Men in a Pyjama Jacket by Jerome K. Jerome J. Jerome F. Jerome, we have Paul hitting a goat with a banana.
Oh, thank you!
I had my sister's kids round, I threw them a party to celebrate their birthday. One was 5 and one was 3. Their little friends came over, it was a lovely day, with birthday cake and ice cream and lots of games to play. But now I have a problem, I need expert advice from my weekly cleaner, Mrs. W. But she's not here till Wednesday, and things are looking grim. So tell me, what's a gentleman to do? Oh, how'd you get the snots out of the carpet, Mrs. Wilkinson? How'd you get the bogies off the wall? I've tried hammer and chisel with varying success. I've chipped off half the bastards, but I cannot budge the rest. There's jelly on the curtains and there's puke upon the rug, and there's something brown and nasty in the hall. But how'd you get the snot out of the carpet, Mrs. Wilkinson? How'd you get the bogies off the wall? Thank you.
Mr. Putin, we have the secret maps of the Ukrainian weapon sites, all ready for the invasion.
Are you sure nobody else knows about this?
These are the only copies in existence.
Good.
I have taken great care with them.
Excellent. With these documents, we can enslave the whole of Eastern Europe.
What's going on in here?
Well, who's that woman? Stalin's beard. It's Nanny. How did she get in here?
What a mess you boys have made!
leave
Look
it
at all
alone.
these papers all over the place.
them alone.
Right! Up they go! Up Nanny's Hoover! No more! Up they go! Up Nanny's Hoover! And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring the evening to a close with Reverend Duncan Biscuit's Bedtime Thoughts.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say, friends. Welcome to another bedtime thought, or a little message full of love sent just to you from high above. Today, I'm talking about doubt, because we all have doubts, don't we? Niggling little thoughts that disturb us and make us worry in the night. Negative ideas that disturb our peace of mind, like a nasty voice in the darkness telling you that everything you believe in is shite. Well, we all have that, don't we? Well, I know I do. And in my work, as I pass among the people such as yourselves, people who are not sure if they can find God's love, as I pass amongst them, they say to me, "Reverend, is there any way we can be sure that God loves us? Is there any hope for me, Reverend? Will my nightmares ever end?" And I say to them, no, there is only uncertainty and doubt. And you know, those people, those scared, lonely people, they say to me, "But Father Biscuits, how do you find hope in the dark, dark nights of the soul? How come you sleep so peacefully when we are all tormented with doubt? What's your secret, Father?" And you know what I say to them? And I believe this is my message for all of you listeners tonight. Do you know what I do when I'm not sure if there really is a God? I look up at the starry, starry sky above me, and I take half a dozen sleeping pills and half a bottle of vodka. It knocks you right out. So, good night, brothers and sisters. I'd say God bless, but he won't.
Blimey, that was a good one. What was that instead of?
Oh, sorry, mate. That wasn't instead of anything. That was just me. I just knocked over that jar of spanners.
Why would you have a jar of spanners?
Maybe let's just leave it. It's
I noticed a jar of spanners, so I knocked it over. Seemed like a good idea. That's what we can call the show. Paul and Tony's Jar of Spanners.
You have been listening to Paul and Tony's Jar of Spanners, written, produced and recorded by Paul and Tony, with additional material by nobody. This has been a Snotty production on behalf of Snotty Records.